Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Downtime in the Ring Live, WrestleMania Night 2 post show. Now, what can I say other than the fact that I want to cry? We are back. Pro wrestling is back. And it was proven tonight as we have had probably one of the best WrestleMania nights in such a long time. Of course, me and Chris are blessed to have members of our roster come back. We don't have everybody, but we may have a couple of surprises later. We have Nikki D and one half of the 2.5 Heels podcast, Bree. The only thing I can really say to open up this show is, what do you want to talk about? Because, ladies and gentlemen, a story was finished in the best way possible. Pro wrestling became lifelike yet again. Pro wrestling became a story that has ended and begun in such a beautiful way. It has given people hope. It gave the city of Philadelphia over 70,000 people were on their feet, screaming, chanting as this show went on. In total, both nights, 142,000 people spent 48 hours together and created memories. And like I said in our personal group chat, there isn't a better group that I would want to spend it with. I got to see my aunt witness Kevin Owens prove that even if you have knee surgery, you're still badass. I got to see my mom go for Roman Reigns. My girlfriend was loving every bit of Mania. I got to see all these amazing friends make memories together, even though Nikki kind of works backstage, so it didn't really count in a lot of it. But overall, what kind of Mania was this? I don't know, but I loved it. And thank you guys for allowing us to be part of your lives, to be with y'all through this. It was amazing. Oh, hey, Luis. This is one of my good friends here, big American Dream fan. It was spectacular, and we got to finish the story. Hell, guys, this was emotional. Anybody else crying?
Been a
Hi, Mom.
long ass 2 years for
Hi,
me.
Mom.
I was by far the most invested leading into this. Through all the hate, I accepted the Cody Crybaby name later on. The ups and downs, it was so good. I just the way everything built throughout that whole entire span. It's a perfect saga for like future watchers to go back on the WWE like streaming site, like, and just watch and binge. Like, hey, that's one of those matches you need to go and see. You know, it was cinema for me, and I absolutely enjoyed Cody winning and finally getting that story to be finished. It was great.
I definitely agree. And even as somebody who has acknowledged my tribal chief since day one, even as somebody who has gotten win after win after win with Roman Reigns defending the title time and time again, I knew that tonight was Cody Rhodes' night. I knew that the reign was going to come to an end. I could see it in his eyes when he took off his mask when he came out. So the stars aligned up perfectly, and I couldn't have been happier with the ending.
But
I agree.
respectfully, before we get into the main event, a lot of people gave us a hell of a show. And overall, I think we should respect that. and go over the full card. As we were all getting ready and complaining, why is it taking so long? That was mostly me that was complaining, though. I can't wait for night 2. This is going to be amazing. I love it. It opened up with Drew McIntyre versus Seth freaking Rollins. And unfortunately, CM Punk. And it was an amazing match. And it was wonderful. And in my opinion, it needed to happen that way, but I was completely mad the way it did. I understand the cash in. I feel like sentiments are going to be reached where maybe the cash in, though successful, still wasn't needed. And of course, you know, with the dirt sheets and everything, contracts are coming up and this, that, and the other. Overall, great match. I think one man got a spot in that match that definitely didn't deserve it. He didn't even deserve to be there. And Wednesday on a separate promotion, we're gonna figure out what really happened, and maybe he'll be a real liar, and I'll be kind of right on this. Maybe it's like when I tell them don't drink the Kool-Aid, they did it. But overall, you know, he didn't deserve that spot. Only really Drew, Seth, and Dave deserve their spot. That's my piece. That is my soapbox. That is what I will scream at. That's what I'll yell at. That's all I got to say on that one.
That opening match was everything that I wanted last night's opening match to be. It was so good. I mean, I couldn't look away from beginning to end. I truly, in some moments, did not know who was going to win that match. Like, it was so good. I love that there wasn't necessarily a CM Punk interference. He stayed at the table the entire time. He did what he was out there to do. And then at the end, that was when they got into it. And, you know, Seth let Drew have his moment with the title for the short, 2 minutes that he was our world heavyweight champion. The cash-in was perfect to me. It was what I wanted. Like, I lost my shit when Drew won because that was who I wanted to win, but I lost my shit even more when Damian Priest came out, cashed in, and became our new world heavyweight champion because there's no one who deserves this more, in my opinion. Damian Priest is just so underrated. Like, he needed this. He needed this, and I hope he gets a decent run. It doesn't have to be super long, but just give him some time to really show the WWE Universe what he can do. So I loved it.
And I loved it too. I mean, the one thing I was worried about with this match was the condition of Seth Rollins. I was worried if he was going to be able to be cleared to compete after he got the knee injury at night 1. And my second worry was how much he still had left in the tank. When Drew McIntyre hit him with that Claymore kick to start the match and then immediately tried to go for the pin, he tried to give Seth Rollins the easy way out, but Seth Rollins is never going to take the easy way out. Like, I did expect Drew McIntyre to win this. I didn't expect Seth Rollins to still have that much in the tank, though. And honestly, Damian Priest cashing in was everything that I could have asked for as well. I mean, you've got a young, hungry champion who already now has experience of being in a top stable for well over a year. Like, now I want to see Damian Priest versus Gunther. Now I want to see that at Clash at the Castle, or maybe we could see that in Berlin after Priest defends it against McIntyre at Clash of the Castle. That works perfectly with the scheduling going forward. But at the end of the day, I love the fact that Drew McIntyre beat Seth Rollins, and then Damian Priest came in to cash in to start a new era, because that's exactly what this is.
So this belt is the workhorse belt, and I think this match symbolized that well enough that these two men have been putting in the work to put this belt on a pedestal similar to that of the title that was later won tonight by Cody Rhodes. But Even down to like the very end where where the shot of Seth Rollins crying that he took the belt and kind of like acknowledging like, okay, it's you, you know, up until the swerve, that was heartfelt. And then like it was playing into the arrogance of Drew McIntyre where he could have spent his moment celebrating, but he spent his moment in front of CM Punk's face, relishing in that, you know. So there's minor story details that people can pick up on from there, go on forward with that. If Drew does resign, I wouldn't know that kind of information at the given moment, but it was a great opener, probably top 5 openers of my Mania for myself.
Overall, this was emotional. This was insane. I think that took a lot of our energy going into it, and it set the bar for what this night was going to be. There was no match at any point that let up for being the lesser amount show. This show took it. Night 1 took it last year in SoFi Stadium. Night 2 took it in Philadelphia, and I'm going to live by that. But we go on to match 2. A Philadelphia street fight that was more of an ECW street fight than anything else. We were gifted. We had the blessing to have Snoop Dogg representing Gin and Juice by him and Dr. Dre come out onto commentary, and I can't tell you how much I need that every week for the rest of my life, because Snoop Dogg on commentary is one of the greatest things in the world. We had Snoop Dogg. We had Bubba Ray be the special guest referee for this match against the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. I guess, what are they called? The Pride?
Yes.
And the Final Testament. I didn't care about the story really. I just enjoyed the match overall. I thought it was great. I thought it was a good gimmick match. I thought it was a good way to give fans another ECW feel. Overall, it was fun. It was exciting. Bubba put on the glasses. That's all I got to say.
I will say that it was better than I expected it to be. Going into this match, I didn't have high expectations for this match. But there were some pros and cons to this match. I'll start with the con. One of the cons was I expected it to go into the crowd. I expected it to go backstage. I expected it to go in the parking lot. I was hoping that we'd find them fighting throughout Philadelphia, and they just put another match over it and come back to it throughout the match. And I thought there was so much more potential there, but I did like Bubba Ray Dudley at special guest referee. I did like Snoop Dogg at commentary. I think that helped make it a little bit better. And I did like that spot where they were the Street Profits and Lashley were trying to set one of them up on the table, and the table accidentally broke, and they had to go get another table. That was a hilarious botch that I really loved, because I really don't think they meant for that table to break. So it was a nice glimpse into the fact that these WWE superstars are human beings just like you and I. And it added more realness to it. Other than that, I like the fact that Lashley and the Street Profits won. And that's really all I've got for an analysis on that match.
Yeah, this match, y'all know going into it, I did not care, not one bit, okay? I was like, I don't care who wins this match. I only made a prediction because I felt that was what we were doing. I was like, I have to make a choice. But no, once Bubba Ray came out, I was like, okay, they're gonna make this match something you have to pay attention to. Solely because it's Bubba Ray Dudley, which means this is going to be some hilarious shit. Karrion Kross wearing a friggin' ECW shirt, that let me know. I'm like, okay, we're gonna get a little hardcore with this. But to Nikki's point, I just feel like if they had done all of that for this match, it would have overshadowed the main event. And they were trying to save all of the hype for the main event because that was the match of the weekend. So I feel like this match was perfect because it still wasn't something that like I truly cared about, but I was paying attention to the match because I'm like, okay, they're actually doing fun spots. The right team won, in my opinion. Um, I just don't know where they go from here. Just keep them away from each other. The draft is coming up. Put one team on Raw, keep the other one on SmackDown. I don't want to see them interacting at all for like another like year and a half. I'm done with it.
I think the match was good. They sprinkled in a little bit of like that, not that WrestleMania kind of like, oh yeah, well we got Bubba Ray to be a part of this match, So I didn't care for the match going in. Again, low expectations myself, but it turned out into a great match. The spot with the table breaking, that was hilarious. But they kind of like recaptured it, and they it shifted the momentum a little bit, but they got it back immediately. So it just showed how professional they are as workers in a time like that, especially like they didn't do too much, and I understand why you might want something a little bit crazier because of ECW and stuff like that. But I think it was I think the whole theme of this whole night was a slow cook. So, and this was like a simmer, and then we kind of go up from there.
Speaking of going up from there, we head into the most awkward of segments. We head into the Slim Jim sponsored LA Knight versus AJ Styles match.
Oh,
Me
yo.
and Chris
Hey, yo.
me and Chris both saw the same thing, and it was a young gentleman going ham on one of them long, skinny long boys. That was the most awkward
Hey,
thing we
yo.
could have seen. Hey, yo, bro. He was going ham on that. Oh, it was weird. But we had the match. We had the TNA NWA showcase. We had basically the short-haired LA Knight versus the long-haired LA Knight, in my opinion, but they both killed it. We had LA Knight versus AJ Styles in a one-on-one competition, and if this is the first match, I need a best of 7, old school WCW style. I need another one on a pay-per-view. I don't need a title. I just need stipulations because they killed it. I don't know how I feel about AJ's new theme song, though. I'm still on the fence. I need to listen to it again. It was a little weird. When I saw the black, I was like, we're going to go to a different era. We're going to go previous AJ Styles, and it didn't seem like we did that. But overall, I enjoyed the match. I loved the match. I thought that it was one of the coolest matches that we could have had. Very technical, very fun, not too gimmicky, not too crazy, just enough. Just a wrestling match. It was more than a typical Raw or SmackDown, but it wasn't too overhyped, didn't overshadow, and it still could go on for some more. So overall, that's what I thought.
WrestleMania deserves a grudge match. I stand by AJ Styles as the new showstopper, show stealer of any PLE. That dude can perform his ass off, and he says he doesn't have a lot left in the tank. But man, am I going to enjoy those final years? Hopefully, it's not. It's sooner. It's later rather than sooner. But
Yeah.
it was such a good match. It had that oomph to it, and man, I can't say it. Personally, it was my personal favorite match of the night. But I would have to say that, or at least an honorary mention, like silver medal at this point, because the rest of the pay-per-view was great. But again, it's a great match. That's all I gotta say on that one.
Yeah, this match was great. It was definitely it felt a little gimmicky with all the Slim Jim stuff, but that's to be expected because the former spokesperson was an entire gimmick within himself, Randy Savage. Um, but it was still great. This was a good grudge match, but I need like Hell in a Cell or like Steel Cage. I need something. I need this storyline, this rivalry to continue for as long as we want it. Honestly, it's so good. The two of them work so well together. It's not going to end here. It's not. I'm ready to see where this goes on SmackDown on Friday.
Slim
I
Jim
agree
in a
with that
cell match.
100%.
Slim Jim in his cell. Jesus.
Slim
Jim on a pole.
Hey yo!
Please no. Please
Hey
no.
yo!
But yeah, I agree with that 100%. I knew AJ Styles was gonna deliver. AJ Styles always delivers at WrestleMania, and I knew LA Knight had the potential to be able to deliver on WrestleMania. And these two went out there and quite possibly stole the show. This was probably my second favorite match of the night, and honestly, I couldn't ask for a better outcome. It didn't outstay its welcome. It didn't go too long, and at the end of the night, everybody was saying his name because the better man won. L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a great match, and overall, it was for a faster paced night, and we knew that the main event was going to run long, but we didn't feel left out. And I think that was my biggest fear, was that we were going to feel like, oh, the match could have gone longer. But the way it went, the way that the previous two matches went, perfect. They told the story the way they needed to tell the story. They were doing everything that they needed to do. It was one of the best parts of this pay-per-view is the pacing. I didn't feel rushed at all. I was checking my phone and I was like, oh man, we still have a lot of time, but all of these matches were meeting their marks the way they should. And it was great. I loved it. I was checking Twitter in between matches. I was checking all the socials, trying to figure out what's going on. Overall, there were a lot of other special guests. I will say that there were other special guests in the audience tonight that I guess WWE just couldn't show, which was very interesting, but it made sense for the main event. So I'm like, okay, cool. Overall, one of the coolest things. Just I'm so proud of Trips. Like, if anything, I'm gonna take the time to say I am proud that now we are in the Paul Levesque era, that we are in the renaissance of professional wrestling. Like Cody Rhodes just trademarked, that we are where we get to fully live not the Attitude Era, but the Renaissance Era, where it doesn't have to be what the Attitude Era was, but it's still going to be mainstream, where Roman Reigns now just has a sneaker deal, where Cody Rhodes has a vodka deal, where LA Knight is going to be seen at every local gas station with the Slim Jim box. And you best believe I'm going to try and steal as many as I possibly can. Not Slim Jims, just the box, just the display. Which that's going to be interesting. But when they ask if I'm going to take it, I will gladly look at them, puff out my chest and go, yeah, and then try and run as fast as I possibly can, because we are back. It's so much fun. And to anybody who takes this a different way, professional wrestling has always been fun, but now it's mainstream. Now you have football players. Now you have people like, I'll take the Slim Jims. Now you have like people like Vanessa Hudgens and Lily Singh, which I had no idea who she was. Morgan had to tell me who that lady was. I had no idea. You had T-Pain was there. You have so many people who are not afraid to show their love for professional wrestling. Wrestling is back. Yes, the stories are convoluted. Yes, it took 2 years for this to finally happen, But overall, professional wrestling is back. And I'm glad that we're going to try and work our way up to, be in media and do everything that we possibly can. Because if anything, this just added fuel to the fire already that was ablaze. And I'm super excited. But let's get in to the next match. And the next match is a triple threat. And it featured very interesting entrances of Logan Paul on a giant truck, which I was like, holy shit, that's actually kind of cool. Kevin Owens on the KO cart, which I loved so much. And then Kevin Owens reversing the KO cart to go get Randy Orton to take him on the KO cart to the ring. I was like, that is great. That reminded me of Mario Kart Double Dash. I don't care.
That
what
was
anybody says.
the fastest Randy Orton entrance ever.
He even
Ever.
questioned it, which I was like, yes, I love the hesitation. And KO was like, I'm not gonna attack you, just get on the cart. But it was Mario Kart Double Dash at that point. I loved it. Overall, it was a great match. I don't like the streamer that they used, which is I Show Speed, just because he's very controversial. He's one of those kids who got into streaming very early and didn't mature with the amount of popularity and money that he got. So I didn't like that. I would have preferred KSI like we got last year. Or I was even hoping, which was a huge would never happen, but it'd be kind of funny if his co-host for Impulsive, Mike Malak, would have done it. I know that he has a lot of injuries himself just from his life before he decided to change it that don't allow him to do anything. And if you guys are fans of Impulsive, go check out the Rhea Ripley episode and you'll know what I'm talking about. But I did expect that it was somebody else. I don't like the streamer that they used. I think that it was very inappropriate and just stupid overall. But of course, you have to have the Prime bottle get destroyed. They destroyed that Prime bottle hydration station. I don't even know what the hydration station was for because nobody drank from it at all. I was like, this is the most product placement you could ever product placement at this point. Like, there was no point for the hydration station animation sensation. Like, there was no point for it, but I did enjoy the match. My aunt texted me and she was like, oh, KO will get back up. And I was like, ooh, even my family, they're choosing their certain matches. They know who they want to win. This was great. I loved it. And at some points, I did think Logan was going to lose because I was like, a world championship match at SummerSlam would be a lot better than a United States title match at his hometown. But we still got a long road to SummerSlam. Those are my thoughts. What did you guys think?
Yeah, this match was great. I agree with you about I Show Speed. I'm not really into streamers. I don't pay attention to them. I feel like if they weren't going to do KSI, definitely, if they wanted to do a streamer that's huge right now, they could have done like Kai Cenat or somebody a little bit better. But I just love the way that Randy absolutely just obliterated him during that match. It was hilarious. I did want it to be KSI though. The match itself was everything I expected it to be, honestly. There were moments in that match where I truly did not know who was going to win. Like, I definitely thought Randy had a good chance at so many moments. I mean, he almost won the match. Like, if it wasn't for Logan's shenanigans, he would have won the match. So it was great. My prediction was not far off, okay? I was literally like 5 seconds away from actually getting another title run with Randy. But the KO cart was hilarious. The way that the paper was just, it was literally a piece of like printer paper taped onto the golf cart that said KO on it in like black ink. Like, it was hilarious from beginning to end and everything I expected it to be.
I'm gonna hot tag in Uncle Black to come in this moment. Hot tag, hot tag, hot tag.
Hey, I'm sure we probably went through this already. We probably said this already. But a round of applause for an amazing WrestleMania weekend. God damn it, Paul Levesque, you put your foot in this one. So we were talking about the triple threat match for the
Correct.
United States Championship. Hey everybody.
Correct.
Hey, hello everyone. I hope everybody enjoyed the program. Thank you everybody for tapping into the live wherever you watching that, man. Reactions, y'all can see I'm down. I am not a happy camper right now. I mean, claim your
You,
kingdom, finish your
you,
story.
and my mother would share the same energy right now because she's texting the group chat and she's like, "Can we have a moment of silence for Roman?" And I'm like, "He's not
Please.
dead." No,
It feels like he is.
He is not. He is not.
I will say real quick, I just had to turn off the press conference. I had it on in the background. Cody came out. It was fine. And then he started crying. And I was like, nope, absolutely not. I had to turn it off. I was like, I will start crying right now. Don't. But anyway, triple threat match. Let's go.
So the only people that have not given their thoughts on the triple threat match is the hot tag I just brought in, Unk, Nikki, and Chris. Who wants to go next?
We'll let Unk go next. He hasn't said nothing yet.
Yes, I just arrived. Yes, R.I.P. Roman. Shout out to Zany Reynolds on that one.
Was robbed. Shut up, sister.
Listen, okay, I'm gonna be honest. We'll get to that when we get to that. But as far as the triple threat match was concerned, I called it. I told you exactly what was gonna happen before it happened. Because this Logan Paul, look here, brother. I don't know what it is. It's in that prime you drinking, but I got a case on the way to the crib. This man does not miss as far as championship matches on big stages are concerned. And please find the lie. I'll wait.
What? No, it was a great match. I was hoping that he would win. My family were the one that went for Kevin Owens. I thought it was great. I thought it was awesome. We were talking about how the mystery dummy in the prime bottle shouldn't have been
Dummy.
I'm choosing my words nicely because I could say other things for iShow Speed, but overall was a great match. I will add this: I loved Owens' gear. I loved it so much.
The ECW tribute. I don't care for streamers these days. Like there's your Aiden Rosses and your iShow Speeds and your Kai Cenats. I guess that's one of those things where I guess it's the same mentality when like YouTubers and celebrities started showing up. So I have to kind of be prepared for them to show that. But oftentimes, like once they start involving themselves with that, then it's just on your on your like timeline for like so many days constantly in regards. Like I'm going to see that on TikTok just because he was on to television and my FBI agents all like, oh, well, 2 and 2 together. Let's destroy your whole thing. So, but I honestly like the match with KO and Randy Orton kind of just spending the first half just ripping into Logan Paul. There was the Gatorade chant at one point, which I was dying. There was a whole Gatorade chant, which I absolutely loved. But I think the right person won. KO I felt like was going to take the pin loss because I feel like Randy still just to protect Randy for the most part. But it was such a good triple threat. I absolutely loved it. And like the emphasis on the fact that there is no rules during a triple threat was great. Was great.
Yeah, I'll second that. And Logan Paul will always strive in a triple threat fatal 4-way match because only a few of the greats have it. Shawn Michaels, Edge, The Miz, Dolph Ziggler, the ability to be able to capitalize on any opportunity in front of them. It got coined for Edge, the ultimate opportunist. Logan Paul is so gifted at being able to capitalize on a finisher that somebody else does and throw him out of the ring real quick, that it helps him win a lot of matches. And this was a perfect example of it. Like, even though Logan Paul went to the top rope and hit a frog splash that, oh my gosh, I thought he left the arena with the height that he got on that frog splash. It was quite amazing. And like Chris said, the right person won. And honestly, that's all I could ask for. They put on a show that I won't forget for a while.
I did
Can-
forget to mention the swanton to frog splash.
Oh yes.
What was that? Like,
Oh,
oh my god, like the continuity, like I will forever die on the hill that Logan Paul deserves to be here. He deserves the respect, whether you love him or hate him. You cannot say that this man is not good in the ring, because this man gets out here and puts on a show every single time, and he deserves everything that he has gotten and will continue to get within this company.
Can we all spend just a quick little moment and um Corey Graves hinted at a tag team of Randy and Kevin, and I just thought, how brandable is the literal RKO as a tag team, where it's Randy and KO as a tag. I was like, that's
It's hotter
so
than RK
cheeky.
Bro.
It's 2
It's
weeks.
Yes,
hotter than
very much
RK
so.
Bro.
That's so cheeky that I would have every t-shirt. Like, I can't
I
even
need it.
deny.
marketing
I need
money.
it.
Yeah. I'll
The
admit,
I
I'm
need it.
torn with that. I don't know if I want to see Randy Orton and Kevin Owens team up or Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. I don't know which one I want more.
Hey, before we get off this, I definitely just wanted to add. I know how I can clearly see that you guys do not take a liking to streamers, but let us just rejoice in the fact that I Show Speed got his chest kicked in.
Yes.
He got dropped with an RKO on the announce table this evening. All right, so let's just take solace in that, he got his.
He did get his, and I was
He
like,
did.
I love that Randy looked at him, barked at him back, hit him with the RKO, and I was like, oh, this is great. I can't wait until the next Impulsive and they just talk about I Show Speed just taking that bump. Overall, it was a great match. So we're going to give you your moment. You missed out on 3 matches. What did you think of the first, the second, and the third before we got we got here?
So the first match, first things first, as a Philadelphia native, to see the Mummers parade Seth the Chef Rollins to the ring in the kickoff match for the World Heavyweight Championship, it was nostalgic for me. I felt like I was down on Broad Street New Year's Day all over again. And this contest I was watching while driving to my local pizzeria to get some pizza. Now, I should have been focused on the road, but the action was too hot. All right. Back and forth contest, to say the least. And I was just happy to see an honest man finally get his due. And he did. Drew McIntyre became the world champion. And that damn Damian Priest. Listen, I almost crashed my car when he cashed in. But it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Nobody has worked harder than him. I knew after that match with Bad Bunny at Backlash, something like this was finna happen. I'm happy for him. That's match 1. Match 2, I'm sure y'all didn't care for it, but god damn it, they made it interesting. And I feel like the only thing that should be spoken of from this Philadelphia street fight was the table that could not stand. All right, I'm sure that we brought that up. The table said, "Fuck it, I'm out." But we got it done, and the Street Profits and Lashley finally win in a match that was I mean, least anticipated from at least most of us here, but they delivered very, very much so. I was pleasantly surprised. And match 3, somebody jog my memory. What was match 3 again?
LA
LA Knight
Knight,
and AJ
AJ
Styles.
Styles.
Solid thing for
Yeah.
AJ Styles, but we knew what was going to happen. I felt like everybody said it was going to be LA Knight's night, and by God, it was. Did we get everything? Are we up to speed now?
We're
Yes,
up to
we are.
speed.
Before
Sick. Let's
anything,
move on.
let's give a shout out to Professor Bear. Hello. I
Yay.
cannot wait to have you
Yes,
on the podcast as
hello.
we talk about
What
our
up, Professor?
partnership of Downtime in the Ring and the Wrestling Society Network streaming service. I can't wait, Professor. I
Oh
can't wait
Lord.
to have you on so
Let's
that me
go.
and Chris can pick your brain a little bit and figure out what the Wrestling Society Network is, which you guys can catch Downtime in the Ring on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, and Apple TV. They're not on Samsung yet, which I have been very adamant. I'm like, I don't have a Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, or Apple TV to download the app.
I got a Roku TV. I'll make sure
I
to
got a
put it
Roku
on.
TV.
Put it on
We
my
getting it.
screens
Let's
immediately.
WSN,
go.
Wrestling Society
WSN.
Network.
Turn up. Yes.
go.
Let's
Shout
get
out
it.
to them.
Let's get it.
Let's go. But, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we had such a good night. And Bree pointed it out. I can't believe we're halfway through WrestleMania at this point. It felt like 4 minutes. Really, I was like, oh my God, everybody's going crazy. We already saw 4 matches. Everything was exciting. And I just kept looking at the clock. And every time I was like, the main event's getting longer and longer. But
I know why.
we got to see
It was
Bailey
because
come
we had
out.
a 7 p.m. kickoff. We had a 7 p.m. start time instead of 8. We used to 8.
Yeah, but still, it was still a very
Still, 'cause
long main
last
event.
night
Yeah, it was.
felt way longer than today.
True.
Yeah.
True. But match 4, we see Cleopatra, basically, because I don't know why she came out in Egyptian, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it. We saw
Yeah,
Cleopatra.
it's part of her background, I think.
I don't know. I thought she was Hispanic too, so I don't
She's
know. I don't think
Hispanic.
she's. Yeah, so I don't.
Could just be a
Who
thing.
cares?
I guess I thought it was a theme.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Her real name is
Um,
Pamela Martinez.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's
Martinez. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Punishment Martinez, but now he's Damian Priest. Overall, we got to see Bailey come out. She had like the scarab suit. I thought it was like Blue Beetle Egyptian. It was really cool. I enjoyed it. Then we saw Damage Control not come out with Io Sky. And I was like, that's an interesting move right there for good old Paul, but he's got a plan. The crowd is what won me in this match. The performance was great. The story was worth it, everything. But the crowd consistently, nonstop, not giving up and singing, "Hey, Bailey, I want to know
Oh,
if you'll be
Will you
my
be my
my
girl."
girl.
I was like,
Beautiful.
they are not giving up. And from bell to bell, they did not give a inch. They were going to sing it the entire time. This could have gone on for another 20 minutes and they would have gone with it. And I am all for it. I loved it. I enjoyed it. DJ said most over Mania ever. Rest up, old wise man. We will have you on Thursday. I know you're not feeling good. Go rest up. Enjoy yourselves. We will all be back together here soon because we have to do a prediction show for France here in a couple of weeks. So we're all going to be back together again. It's going to be amazing, but we're not there yet. Overall, I don't know why they didn't do Paris either. I don't know, but we'll get to there when we get to there. Overall, it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. But I enjoyed match 4 or match 5. Yeah, match 5. I enjoyed Bailey and Io. But what are your thoughts?
Man, I love Bailey. I will never not love Bailey. Like, she's just, I don't know. It's my NXT black and gold heart. She deserved this moment, honestly, and I'm glad that she got it. The crowd just singing for her the entire time. Honest, I teared up during this because, you know, Mercedes Monet, she said it best earlier. Today is your day. And it was her day. She went out there and did what we all knew that she could do. She's one of Triple H's kids. So this was great to see. Same with Damian Priest earlier in the night. So it was just a great moment for both of them tonight. I loved it.
Yeah, Bailey really showed us what she was capable of tonight, and honestly, I couldn't have been happier. I predicted Bailey to win the 2024 Royal Rumble. She did that. I wasn't gonna jump up the horse now. Normally, when you win the Royal Rumble, more than 50% of the time you go on to win the championship at WrestleMania, and Bailey just deserved it. Like all the crap that she's taken over with damage control over the last few months, it really reached a boiling point, and I'm really happy that WWE didn't make the wrong decision. I'm happy that they capitalized and let Bailey have her moment, because like the main event, it was well deserved.
I liked it. It was pretty good. I was kind of questioning the Egyptian theme early on, but I guess Pat McAfee or Corey had said it was a park near where she lived in the Bay Area, so maybe that's in reference to that. But other than that, it didn't really throw off the style of match. It was so good. EO, you know what you get with EO, you know what you get with Bailey. It's a matter of what happens in between those ropes, and it was pretty. I liked it. The right person won. Kind of still peeved over the like build up of the weeks leading up to this moment, but it paid off in the end. So I still enjoyed it.
I'll say this, man. The peevedness all went away after the second rose plant attempt. Now, that first one, when she kicked up out of it, boy, I bet they got me hook, line, and sinker. I thought it was a wrap, but she hit that rose plant, got that 1, 2, 3, and she won, boy, like I said. Hey, we want some Bailey. And we got it, baby. And new
Bailey.
women's champ. Boy, she did it.
So I've gotten to see a little bit of the socials. One thing that's going to make Bree cry immediately right now
Stop.
is Cody was presented a present from Bruce, Trips, and Nick before he stepped out for the press conference. And it was a gold watch. And it was the same make and model of the watch that Dusty pawned to get Cody to acting school in the documentary. Also, from a couple of sources, is that everything that AEW promotes, WWE is going to kind of follow suit. They are going to step away from sports entertainment moniker, which means, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting professional wrestling and not sports entertainment anymore. We are getting professional wrestling. We have professional wrestlers at WWE, not sports entertainers, not superstars. They are what they are and what they train for their entire lives. And I cannot wait.
Let's fucking go.
Monday-
Couldn't be happier, man.
Monday is
Monday
about to be
It's gonna be insane.
Monday is going to be absolutely, because Cody's going to walk out.
God.
Cody's going to walk out.
I'm gonna sob.
Whoa, everybody. He's going to have the bigger whoa. I woed so hard.
I woed.
I think we all wooed, except Unk. Unk didn't whoa.
Unk didn't whoa. No.
Let the record show. Unk
You
did
didn't
not
whoa?
whoa.
You didn't
Unk
whoa.
did not whoa.
That's a whoa right there, brother.
You said
Not
what
even
was
in the-
you said what was a king to a god, but what was a god to a non-believer?
Non-believer. He got
I
you
said
there.
that at the beginning.
And I didn't even think he was going to get you because he doesn't have good surface.
Said panda. That's what I am. A sad goddamn panda. I just
It was
seen a
great.
clip online that broke my heart.
Oh God.
I am so happy. And there were so many pictures that were taken throughout Cody's celebration. I didn't even think they were going to do the old school indie style. Cody cuts a quick little promo after winning a title. I thought that was insane.
Yeah.
Happy that everybody came out. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's let the world know Unk doesn't do the whoa. Damn.
Thank
Let the
you.
world know Unk does
We do
not
not.
whoa.
We do not. Whoa.
But
We throw up one.
Thank you,
That's
Morgan.
what we do.
I'm
We throw up one.
going to set up the main event. I'm just gonna give my quick little thoughts. I'm gonna let you guys have your time because this was emotional, and I want you guys to have as much time as you can. So we get into the main event, and with all the cameos and everything, there was only one cameo I started bawling because I thought he was coming out. And especially with the fact that most fans saw a lot of unnamed AEW roster in the arena tonight. They weren't hiding. They were openly there. They were sitting right there in the crowd in every early section that they possibly could. The AEW roster was there at a WWE event. They were just not shown. I thought John Moxley was going to come out when I heard Sierra Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield. I was praying for it, but it didn't happen. But what I did get was the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Chris Jericho in the opening package. Nobody thought we would have ever gotten that. That was insane. And it wasn't like they hit them either. They let them go for a few seconds. We had emotion. We had matchups from the past, from the present, from the future. Everything you could imagine. This was our Avengers Endgame in professional wrestling, and I loved it. I woed, I cried, because without Cody, I don't think professional wrestling would be as fun as it is. And I know that's controversial, but you have to think about it. This man was not thought of doing anything. This man was given horrible gimmicks, was given the boot, never thought he would make anything of himself. And he did what we're essentially doing. He's betting on himself, or he betted on himself, and he made it, which gives me so much hope for every single person that is out there currently that are wrestling in bingo halls or wrestling for 5 people or still training or doing podcasts or media. This industry is ready for anybody, and I'm super excited. So overall, I enjoyed this match. I did shed my tears. I did whoa as hard as I possibly could and probably scared my downstairs neighbors. I had to pull down the action figure because I am proud of Cody Rhodes. But I'm going to give it to you guys. Who wants to start us off?
I'll go first to get it out of the way because I feel like I will cry. It was so beautiful. Like it was just so good. I loved it beginning to end. I cried multiple times during this match, honestly. When Brandy came out with Cody, that I kirked out because I love Brandy. I've always loved Brandy. That's my girl. Um the trash talk, okay? Before we get to Cody, I'm gonna go to Roman because first of all, I'm going to give him his flowers. This man carried this company for 4 years. No matter how you feel about him not defending the title, every single week or at every single PLE, he changed the game and he carried us through that pandemic era. He carried us through a time where we didn't know what professional wrestling was going to look like. And he did something that not like that no one has done in the modern era. And he took out countless amounts of superstars that we thought would have taken him down. He took out Edge. He took out John Cena. He took out Goldberg. Like this tribal chief run has been the best thing for professional wrestling, period. I don't care what anyone says. Roman Reigns is him. And we need to respect that. We need to acknowledge him, and he deserved all of that. The trash talk during this match, no one does trash talk in the ring better than Roman Reigns, and I'm going to stand on that. This is my company, you little bitch. Like, I was dying. I was dying laughing the entire time. And then we got to the interferences, you know, Jimmy and Jay. Jay speared Jimmy off of the fucking ramp. I thought they were dead. I'm not, what? Somebody check on them. Like, are they okay? Solo coming out, that I was like, John Cena's got to come out, because John Cena was the last person that Solo took out. And we get John Cena, then we get The Rock, and they had their moment. I'm like, shit, what the fuck else can possibly happen? Next thing you know, the lights go out, and Undertaker, and like, it was just crazy. And I'm gonna go back to what Donovan said. When I heard Sierra Hotel India Echo Lima Delta, the way I started bawling because I just knew. And then the pause before they showed us who was gonna pop up in that tactical gear, I just knew. I was like, fuck, it's Moxley. It's gotta be. Like, I was like, if Moxley pops up, I am going to lose my shit. And I still lost my shit, because for some reason, just seeing that tactical gear takes me back to like what brought me back into WWE and like keeping it. And that was the Shield. Like, the Shield is what pulled me back in. So I will forever love that era. But Cody finished his story, and it was beautiful. And Triple H and Bruce Pritchard coming out afterwards to, you know, give him his flowers, everyone getting in the ring and just showing him love. Michael Cole just being Michael Cole, like, he is the GOAT. Samantha Irvin couldn't even announce who won the match. Like, it was so good.
You want to hear that again? Because I already cried.
Stop.
Her breaking, the professional that she is, the fact that she has never broke. I've just saw the video of how much she's crying, and I want to cry right now.
It was so good. Like, Cody finished the story, and it was time to start a new story. It's time to start a new era. It's time to put a stamp on this new era. But I would be remiss. Like, I'm a huge Roman Reigns fan, and this felt like a borderline retirement match, and I hate it. I'm not ready to see. Who knows how long he's gonna take a break for? Like, who knows how long the break is gonna be gone? Stop it, Donovan. Like, who knows how long this break is gonna go for? And I'm not ready to not see him for who knows how long. RIP to the bloodline. I'm not okay for multiple reasons right now. So
I pretty much agree with everything that Bree said. But honestly, like Bree said, this man has carried this company on his back for the past 3.5, 4 years. If there's anybody on the roster that rightfully deserves the next 6 to 9 months off, it is this man right here, Roman Reigns, who has held that belt longer than anybody has in the modern era. He held that belt longer than Brock Lesnar and CM Punk did combined. Like, you do the math. Brock Lesnar held it for 504 days. CM Punk held it for 434 days. Roman held it for 1,316 days. Roman Reigns was in God mode, and he was in God mode for years. Like, I still acknowledge my tribal chief, but I know when WWE is going to have somebody finish their story. Like, if he wasn't going to finish the story here, they wouldn't have advertised it, and they would have probably tried to switch him to a different gimmick about 6, 7 months ago. So for him to still be talking about it, I was kind of like, well, he better finish his story because, quite frankly, I'm tired of hearing about it because I didn't want this to going on 3 years at WrestleMania 41. It would have well outstayed its welcome. So honestly, it was the perfect time for Cody Rhodes to actually finish the story. And who knows, maybe Cody Rhodes will be a transitional champion and only hold the belt for a month or two.
Don't you disrespect this man. We did not wait for this
Like, we
bullshit.
don't know.
All
That's
that
the whole
build.
thing. I think Cody Rhodes is going to be a fighting champion like Seth Rollins, like the work before him. And we've seen it happen where somebody defends the belt every week, and the next thing you know, 6 to 8 weeks, they lose it after somebody surprisingly returns.
Kofi Kingston.
Like what if MJF comes to WWE and returns and
Oh
opens one
fuck.
of Cody Rhodes' open challenge and he beats him?
Nikki, stop it. We know you work for WWE, okay?
So,
Damn.
Nikki, honestly, could you tell me 100% since you work backstage, is this MJF with the North American title? Is this what I should expect right now? Like, be honest, because I know you were in Gorilla. It's just weird
That's what
how,
we're working
like,
for.
two of the
You could call my hometown WWE Gorilla with how often I get my predictions correct.
you just missed
I'll
the
give you
first
that.
two matches with surprises, and then you
Yeah.
magically came back. Like,
This man
Same.
was silent for the first 2 hours and pops back up. I had to charge my phone. Bullshit.
Yeah, my
you were
phone was
in
over here
Gorilla.
charging so
Hey,
that
hey,
it could be
hey.
on here.
Hey, let me interject real quick. You say that's the North American Championship around the waist of MJF.
correct, because
I
it
just
fits.
wanted I
fits
just
his
want to put
aesthetic.
this out here. You know who the current North American champion is, right?
Oberfin.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a AEW Dynamite Dallas ring like MJF does.
Oba
It's Oba Femi.
Oba
The
Femi.
machine.
will
But he doesn't
kill
have an
Maxwell
AEW
Jacob
Dynamite
too.
Dallas ring like MJF does.
Listen,
It
I'm a
don't
huge
matter.
MJF fan, but no, we actually want MJF back. Do not send him to Oba Femi, please.
No.
But he has an AEW.
Keep trying to sell that goddamn ring. It
I
will not
am. I
stop
mean,
Oba Femi.
if you notice,
had-
every time anybody says finish the
Finish
story,
the story.
I'm just saying. It,
So before I say what I gotta say, I will give the flowers because by God, that belt looks good on him, don't it?
It does.
It looks
It
damn
looks-
good on the man, and it is earned. It is earned. Now, I knew that the shit was going downhill when I saw the entrance of the tribal chief. That was when I knew. I texted, damn, in the chat. That was when I knew it was over. Because it felt too somber. It felt like they was playing them off into the sunset. You go back and listen to and go rewatch that entrance over again. It's a little something extra on it. It's because it's the last one for a while. And the contest that ensued was nothing short of everything that they said it was going to be, and then some. They said we're taking this to a whole new level, and they did. All right, the interferences. I'm gonna be honest. I was anticipating Stone Cold Steve Austin, but we got another Texan in the Undertaker, and I popped just as crazily for the dead man as I would the Texas Rattlesnake. Although I think that if the glass would have broke, everybody would have fell out of their chairs collectively for sure.
I
for
would
sure,
have peed.
I would have.
for sure.
I
So-
don't know what I would have done, honestly.
But all in all, figure after Taker came out, that was it. You can't go no better than that. And you know what? Well deserved. I saw another clip of Roman hugging Paul on
Saw
the
that.
ramp,
I saw that.
and that almost reduced me to tears. I was feeling upset. It's not a good weekend for my predictions. So no yeet.
Yeah, but we finished the story.
Nobody send me that clip,
Fuck your
okay? If
story.
y'all love me, y'all will not send me that clip, okay?
Finish it.
2 goddamn years.
Actually, wait, Chris.
Or a year. What?
We gotta grab. We're gonna step away from our cameras real quick, and how about we show the live some chairs where you got to see the story begin. Go grab your chair.
Wait, what?
Goddamn chairs. It's the goddamn Royal Rumble chair.
Oh, now
Rumble.
one of the Royal Rumble chairs.
That's hard. His is still in the plastic. Respect.
Jeez, the plastic.
Wow.
Well, I feel like it's full circle now because you guys were in the building. You got the folding
Yep.
chairs, and now the story's paid off, huh?
Yep.
As much of a pain in the ass I am to him about picking on Cody, I think I have a little soft spot, and it's finished, no matter what.
Finally. Yep. I got to meet the man, congratulate him on his first Rumble win. Sad that I couldn't be there to actually see the Rumble win that took him to the main stage. But all in all, it was one hell of a story.
Yes.
So many chapters, so many ups, downs, questionable moments. So at certain points, getting called a crybaby in the eighth inning, the ridicule in the eighth inning, but at the ninth inning, it ended, and it was just so satisfying. And I'm glad to see that the stories like these, it shows that people can be invested in that long-term storytelling. I'm hoping to see stuff like this where they'll allude back to certain moments, especially within the match. Like, and at this point, it was more of a match kind of paying homage to the 40 years of Mania, with everyone coming in recent times. I do agree that Stone Cold should have probably been more a part of it than Undertaker, but at the same time, it was Rock, Undertaker, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H in that same locker room during the Attitude Era. So any one of those guys would have worked, but it again, solid cap off to the era and start of a new.
Theoretically, how much would you have popped off if, when the lights turned off and came back on, you just saw Shawn super kick Rock for one last time because of quote unquote Attitude Era locker room?
We should have had it.
That would have
We
been
should have had
perfect.
It would have been funny because he would have been hella confused, and he could have been like, "This is from Paul," and then bam, and then just straight up. I don't know what to say. Like I said in the what's up, Alex, from the comments. Like I said, can't say that I wasn't or couldn't think of a better group to watch this pay-per-view with. It was insane. It was wonderful. It was fun to have one half of the group legitimately want Roman to retain, and then the other half legitimately want Cody to finally win it, and then have Nikki just texting us whenever he got his 15-minute breaks from being in Gorilla, because there's no way you predicted almost everything correct. So it was great. It was wonderful. I enjoyed it. We also had our own couple of botches in the pay-per-view because somebody FaceTimed the entire group.
Oh, that was
What were you doing,
Listen,
brother?
I was in the process of getting my hair done. I was texting the group. My fingers slipped. Pressed the FaceTime button. We know it works now. So yay!
Is that what you have us labeled?
Bloodline
in your
2.0? Yes.
Yeah,
Because we the ones. Because we the
Bloodline
ones.
2.0.
We the ones.
Because we the ones.
I
Well,
was-
obviously
We the
now
ones.
we the twos because Cody finished the story. I might have to change that.
Yeah,
No,
we the
don't
twos.
change it. No, it's too soon. It's too
Too soon.
soon. Give it a week.
Oh, it was perfect, man. It was hilarious. I enjoyed it. I can't wait to see where we go from here, though. I can't wait to see where Monday is. Tomorrow we have a solar eclipse on the world, and now we have a whole new beginning in professional wrestling. So who knows
So,
where we're
wait.
gonna
How
go?
poetic is that?
Does Cody go to SmackDown now?
He may. I don't
He
think
might.
so.
Ooh.
I
I
think
don't think so because it's still undisputed.
No,
So
it's the
I don't
W.
know.
Listen, you can't have two champions on one show. The brand split don't work like that.
but he said that he wanted to defend the title on both Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we get Cody every day of the week. Dude. Hey, that's
But
straight. Cool,
okay,
brother.
so
He's
so
gotta
fantasy
draft.
booking, fantasy booking, except Nikki because he actually books. Who? Where would you want him? Would you want him on USA Network because it's rumored that Friday Night SmackDown is going back to the USA Network, or
It is.
would you
in
want him
October.
on Netflix for Monday Night Raw? Which one would you want Cody on?
So for me, it depends. So because we are no longer getting Dark Cody, I don't need him on USA Network. He
Okay.
can go to Netflix. It's fine. Keep Damien. I don't know. Tonight was a lot.
Tonight was a
Yeah.
lot. and it's
Tonight
gonna-
was a lot. My brain
tomorrow's
is-
going to be interesting because we have both world champions on Raw. Tonight's going to be, or tomorrow's going to be interesting because we have Awesome Truth as the tag team champions. Rhea retained.
Judgment Day
Sammy
is gonna be
Yeah.
beat Gunther. There's so many things that happen that tomorrow we have our call ups. We know that somebody's getting called up or a couple of people are getting called up. We don't know who. One probably going to be Carmelo Hayes on SmackDown, but this is where we get into this used to be the down part of the year of professional wrestling, where we would get into the backlash, we'd get into the build up to Money in the Bank, and nobody really cared. But now we are going straight from adrenaline in my soul in Philadelphia to adrenaline in my soul Lyon, France,
Yeah.
where there's no stop anymore. There's straight up, we are on this. So
we're rolling. 3
Yeah.
weeks.
Honestly, I want to see Lyra Valkyria get called up tomorrow night. I think she would be a nice addition with Albert Fire and Isla Dawn, and I also think that with the pay-per-view schedule coming up in Europe over the next few months, I think having Lyra Valkyria on the main roster and in those pay-per-views is going to put a lot of butts and seats in Europe.
I don't want any more Viking women. No.
Well, she did just lose the NXT Women's title.
She'll be fine. She can stay.
She can go to NXT Level Up.
Oh, a little harsh.
Not a
Talk
little.
about a demotion. Shit.
It's not
A little
demotion.
harsh.
It's not a
Level Up
demotion.
is a step under NXT, cuz.
Yeah, it is.
She can
Or
go
you can
fight.
put Lyra
She can go
Valkyria
wrestle at
against Becky
WWE
Lynch.
Speed. How about that? She could do the Speed Championship. She
At
could be on
least-
X.
At least
I
main
wouldn't
event.
mind seeing her at the European pay-per-views. Maybe if they have her put her against Lynch.
No, I don't want to see that again.
She can go
I
to
don't
Level
want to
Up.
see that again.
She can go to Level Up, and that's my soapbox now that Cody won. That's my new soapbox. Don't have Valkyria anywhere near us because we have to deal with Tatum Paxley also, which is just Wednesday Addams of NXT.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Think about a lot of others. I mean, I think Ilya Dragunov would have been ready if he had lost the NXT championship. And I don't think Tony D'Angelo is quite ready for the main roster either. And then when you look over at Trick Mello Gang, I think they both still have a lot more to give. And I don't think that feud's over either.
Before we get out of here, because I see it in your eyes, Donovan. Before we get out of here, I believe that Tony D'Angelo is ready for the main roster. As long as he got
100%.
that restaurant, as long as he
100%.
got his team,
100%.
the Gabagool can take
100%.
over Friday nights, no doubt, on the USA
Put the
Network.
family on SmackDown.
100%. I am the consigliere of this podcast, and I believe we need the Don to the main roster for Friday
Put him against
nights.
LWO.
No.
The Italian
No.
mafia versus the Mexican cartel. That would be interesting.
That's gonna
Yeah.
be that is gonna end terribly for everybody. It's just shoes and trunks.
I am
That's
so
all it's gonna be.
over
Feet and trunks.
LWO. No.
I'm gonna
I'm tired
ignore
of
that
LWO.
comment because I am the Agua Fresca king. I'm gonna ignore that comment. And Jason Kelsey is part of the LWO, so I'm gonna ignore that comment.
I think it's more so just they have not done anything yet that I'm just like excited about. Like,
What are they supposed to
adding
do? They
in
had to deal with
Andrade
Roman.
is great. Adding in Andrade is great, but like we're not even gonna talk about Joaquin Wild and Cruz del Toro. They're
They fly.
there.
They fly.
That's literally all they're there for. Carlito as a face is the worst thing I've ever seen. And I am going to stand on that. I want
I'm
Carlito.
going to spit in the face of you because you don't believe he's cool. That's what I'm gonna say.
All right, that's where I got to draw the line now. All right, brother. Not too much on that one.
What?
He gotta protect his co-host.
Yeah. What?
My co-host, you gonna spit? Hey! I love heel Carlito. That's cool.
Hilito?
Yes,
Carlito.
Hilito is cool.
Carlito. That's what I've been saying. Either way, like we're in the fun part of wrestling now, and nothing's gonna be the same. Camera shots definitely have not been the same. Seeing the way they've done the graphics has not been the same. Seeing the way they've been treating fans has not been the same. This is no longer a dog and pony show. This is not a carnival gimmick like what people would say it used to be. This is fun. This is exciting. I can't wait to see this drive and this willingness implemented on the indies and to see, who actually takes from what we are seeing. We have both promotions. I am going to talk a little about AEW trying their best to come up with new camera shots, new storylines, everything like that. But overall, I can gladly say we are in the funnest era of professional wrestling we have been in a very, very long time. And if it had to have Roman lose the title and certain people get sent away forever, that's what needed to happen. And I'm glad because Roman, you guys are mad until you see Roman in a Netflix movie in like a year. Then you ain't gonna be mad.
I don't want him in a Netflix movie. I want him in a WWE ring as my WWE undisputed Universal Champion.
Well, he can't be undefeated anymore. He just got.
Undisputed, not undefeated.
I was gonna say he can't be undefeated anymore. He just got. He got.
I firmly believe that Roman Reigns is going to be now. It's basically ushered in that he's a part of the echelon that The Rock's a part of, that Cena's a part of, that Taker's a part of. He's been immortalized at this point, and when his music comes off, it's going to be the same reaction as Stone Cold would: arms up, one's up, and go into town. So it's going to be one of those attraction. Like he's a big deal. Regardless, without a title, and so like the marquee that he can pull with certain matches still like coming up, like even like having him be the stepping stone to that next level, that towards championship reigns and stuff like that. But like we'll have to see more into that though. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
You have to beat
the biography.
Championship reign.
Huh?
You have to beat the Reigns to get your championship reign.
Like, I agree 1,000% with what Chris just said because I watched that episode of Biography. The list of people who acknowledged him and said that he is a GOAT. Like, even though Seth Rollins fought him and was fighting against him and was doing everything to make sure Cody was able to finish the story, he was a part of that, and he said that he did everything in his power to change his character and be what he really wanted to be. You had Ric Flair acknowledge him, Hulk Hogan, Undertaker, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, all of these people in that biography, in that documentary, acknowledged the greatness that is Roman Reigns. This man went from being someone that nobody had faith in, nobody wanted. Like, the full circle moment we got with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40 is crazy. We went from Royal Rumble 2014, everyone booing him, and The Rock after he won Royal Rumble, to them still booing Roman and The Rock, but for an entirely different reason. It's like, it was a love, you love to hate them, not we can't stand them. Like, for some people it probably is that, but for majority of the people, they're finally getting the Roman Reigns that they've wanted to see since the beginning. They're getting that heel Roman, they're getting ruthless Roman. It's him knew he could be. So it was great.
Yeah, and
So-
like over the past 30 years, we have had so many different superstars come in and out of WWE. And whether it's CM Punk or whether it's Brock Lesnar, nobody has been able to have a dominant reign like Roman Reigns has had. Like, he's definitely gonna go down as the greatest wrestler of the modern era because of this reign. Like, nobody's going to be able to top this reign in the next 20 to 30 years. Like, I don't see it. Like, Roman Reigns reached a part of history that hasn't been reached in almost 40 years and probably won't be reached for another 40 years. When it comes to the career of Roman Reigns, it'll be a crime if he is not in the Hall of Fame in the next 10 years.
So I like to check social media every once in a while you guys are talking. You guys get your, your soapbox. Triple H just got done with his part of the press conference and said Roman Reigns has a whole new story and it's going to blow everybody's mind. So maybe that'll make you guys feel a lot better. And first, people are saying, I saw one comment and somebody said his babyface turn is going to hit like crack. It's going to be amazing.
I'm going to say one thing that I definitely thought was going to happen. When Charles Robinson handed The Rock the weight belt that said Mama Rhodes, and Roman was like on his knees still trying to like get up, Paul was helping him up. I just knew Roman The Rock was gonna take that belt and just crack Roman across the back. I knew it was going to happen. So who knows? Maybe we'll get an appearance from them tomorrow. I don't know. I appreciate that. That did give me a little bit of hope. I've got a little bit of the silver lining. I don't feel. I'm still upset, but I do feel a little bit better about not losing him completely, and that brings him back. SummerSlam, he'll be there. I'm calling it now.
Overall, this pay-per-view has been hell on our emotions. This if this is what like sets the bar for WrestleMania, my dream is like just like everybody else's. We all want to go to WrestleMania. We all want to spend time at WrestleMania. But if this is how emotional they're going to be from now on, damn,
I want to watch at home.
Damn.
I want to have my WrestleMania moment and like be there and see it and just feel that energy. But the way they had me sobbing tonight, I'm like, I don't know.
We can't. Like, it's insane at this point.
Yeah.
Like, and it feels like WrestleMania is over, but it's not over until Friday's done. We still have to deal with all the backlash from Monday to NXT to Friday. We still have to deal with all of this. And so this is going to be a long ride, a long
week.
cool off, because who's next for Cody? Who's the first person Damian will go up against? Does Io want her immediate match against Bailey? Does Gunther want his immediate match against Sammy? Like, this
100%.
is insane. This is absolutely insane. What's next for Logan? Because he just took down Kevin Owens and Randy. And then LA Knight and AJ, are they going to have like a baguette on a pole match in Paris? Like, we have no idea what's going to happen at this point, dude.
Anything on a pole match is bad.
I want a pole on a pole match now. I'm going to do that for the indies. A pole on a pole match. Just tie a pole to another pole, and that's how it's going to work.
Oh my gosh.
Any final thoughts? Unc, you look like you got a couple of final thoughts.
I'm perplexed about this pole on the pole match, bro. You keep that idea to your damn self.
It's going to be a pole on a pole match.
You and all the Russo-esque match types. Keep that shit over there, son.
A pole on a pole match.
We closing out. Any last thoughts, man? Again, Uncle Paulie delivered on the promise that this one was gonna hit, and it hit. I don't know what to expect come tomorrow night. Well, tonight on Raw, but I know that it's a hell of a ride, and shit, man. The year is starting, man. We on the road to WrestleMania next year, wherever the hell it's going to be at.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
That was confirmed?
Yeah. We
All
are
right, well,
we are all going to try and go to Minneapolis, Minnesota, the Viking Stadium.
We are confirmed for US Bank Stadium, Minnesota, Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm.
We on the way, man.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what happens.
Final thoughts. I do want to bring up, I don't know how anyone else feels about it, but for me as a kid, my favorite, I love Stephanie McMahon. So to see her make her return to kick off WrestleMania and, you know, give Triple H his much deserved flowers, and, you know, to have her say that this is a new era, it felt great. Besides that, it's just, I can't remember the last time I was this excited for what's to come. It's been a long couple of years, and I feel like a kid again watching WWE. Like, this is why stuff like this, nights like this, is why I will never stop supporting WWE. I love the chills. Okay, chills. The chills I got, like, there were moments where, like, I was literally shaking. Like, it was so good. Even as a kid, I never really had those moments. So to have those moments now, look, AEW is great. New Japan Pro, all of them, they are great. They are doing amazing things. But WWE will forever hold a special place in my heart, and this is just solidifying that for me.
Yeah, final thoughts. This was probably one of the best WrestleManias I've ever seen. Like, I do like that Cody Rhodes finished his story, but at the same token, it's a completely different ball game when you're going from the hunter to the huntee. It's one thing to hunt the Universal Championship. Now we get to see how Cody's gonna fare when he has to defend it. That's something that I'm really big on, interested in seeing in 2024 going forward. Other than that, LA Knight and AJ Styles stole the show, and it was probably, like I said, one of the best WrestleManias I have seen in a very long time.
Bubs, you got anything?
Easily top 5 Mania. Easily top 5. Again, I've already done my sentiments with everything. I don't have much other than to echo what everyone else said. So,
Well, this wraps up WrestleMania 40. We got to work a lot together in these past week. We got to be on your show, which was awesome. We all got to witness this emotional roller coaster, which is crazy. I can't say anything other than, congratulations to everybody who won. I feel bad for everybody who lost. I can't wait for Wednesday to see that CM Punk's a liar. I can't wait for Monday, Tuesday, Friday. We are in a renaissance of professional wrestling. Overall, you can catch all of these amazing people at their socials. I want to do it this time. I want to say go catch Uncle Black 215 on his socials, on YouTube, especially because he got onto us about making shorts, and it's a lot easier than what we thought. It's not as tedious now, which is awesome. You can catch Unk and Bree on their show. You can catch Nikki D on his YouTube, which is always fun because I already know you're going to have a bunch of post WrestleMania content that I can't wait to see. You can see me and Chris every week, Downtime in the Ring. You can see us live on Thursdays. Who knows? You may even see the roster come back every once in a while or frequently. Who knows? We're, at this point, we're going to try and mix and match and try and work together as much as we can. You guys can catch us on Saturdays, though, with our interviews, 12 p.m. Mountain Time. Enjoy everything that we have. You know what? If this is a whole new era, renaissance for professional wrestling, then everybody prepare, because we already started working before everybody else. So, bye, everyone. Alrighty.